Hello everyone, I'm Johnny, this is Maze, and this is Lucas, and today we're taking a look at Night of the Iron Dragon, a standalone story in a 3-episode World War II miniseries titled The Cockpit. I've heard a few people say they love every episode in this series, but this is their least liked one. Still a very enjoyable World War II short story, so let's check it out. The setting for this story is the Battle of Leyte, which took place between October 1944 and March 1945. The battle involved just over 70,000 Japanese troops against an overwhelming force of 300,000 Americans, with the support of several thousand Filipino guerrillas. The battle resulted in over 90% losses for the Japanese, with the Japanese fighting to the last man. This included suicidal attacks, such as the one portrayed in this episode. The episode doesn't provide any broad insight into the battle at all, other than the Japanese are on the back foot and seem to be aware the battle is unwinnable. The story instead focuses on a narrow perspective, a day in the life of 3 Japanese soldiers living on the front lines, coming to grip with their likely end. The strength of the episode comes from 2 of the characters trying to find purpose in their lives and the war, with hopes of finding a poetic or meaningful way to meet their end. The episode places you in the shoes of these men, who knew they were going to die for a lost cause. How do you justify that in your mind or come to terms with it? For the young soldier, he wants to die carrying out the last mission given to him to honor his fallen comrades. For the older soldier, a former motorcycle racer, he wants to go out in style on a dispatch army motorcycle, which reminds him of more hopeful times. This episode is far more subtle than the other 2 in the series. Punctuating this is the opening scene and a moment within this scene. 2 of the Japanese soldiers are enjoying a moment of peace when an exchange of artillery fire begins. They jump into a foxhole. In this hole, one of our main characters notices a group of ants. Their peace too disrupted. The ants have dropped their dinner, a moth, which the one soldier gently returns to them. It's a surreal moment of empathy for an insect, though one the human soldier often has much in common with. Night of the Iron Dragon is definitely the more poetic episode of the 3. The title refers to the motorcycle featured in the episode, which is the Iron Dragon, and it's personified several times in the episode. It's an interesting device to highlight the futility of war, as it's a vehicle many people, including those in the story, associate with joy and peace. Despite being the most poetic episode, it's also the most crudely drawn, but that does also help give the characters very expressive faces for a larger range of emotion. Though there are a couple of more detailed animated scenes within the episode, such as when the motorcycle crew is attacked by a captured Kawasaki Ki-61. 3,000 of these aircraft were produced during the war, and it was the only mass-produced Japanese fighter with a liquid-cooled inverted V engine. The mini-series takes every opportunity to showcase interesting World War II aircraft that can only be easily brought to life through animation. Historically, it's unlikely American pilots would use captured aircraft in this manner, as Japanese markings would put an Allied pilot at risk of being attacked by otherwise friendly aircraft. That being said, Americans did capture Japanese fighters, including the Ki-61. Alright, I'm Johnny. Thank you for watching. Do check out the Cockpit miniseries. If you have, let me know what you thought of this episode and maybe what your favorite episode is in the comments section. I enjoyed this episode. Anyway, if you want to support the channel, you know what to do. And as always, take care and have a nice rest of your day.